Caitlin Clark gains recognition as one of basketball's biggest stars, says Tyrese Haliburton. Caitlin Clark's rising prominence, especially as a cross-sport ambassador for basketball, is impressive and refreshing to see. Tyrese Haliburton's praise for her as probably in the top 5 most famous people in basketball, transcending gender boundaries, speaks volumes about how much she's elevating the game, not just within the WNBA but globally. It's not every day you see someone from the women's game being recognized on such a level. Clark's presence, talent, and charisma seem to be breaking through and attracting new fans to the sport as a whole. Haliburton's support of her and the Fever is part of a broader movement where men's and women's basketball are increasingly seen as complementary, with players from both sides acknowledging each other's impact. Haliburton sees Clark as a key figure in helping grow women's basketball, and his recognition of the Fever as rock stars is telling of how these boundaries are beginning to blur. There's an incredible level of respect between the two, and that kind of cross-league support can only do good for basketball as a whole, breaking down the silos between men's and women's sports. Then, there's the international side of things, especially the NBA's increasing global reach. The San Antonio Spurs' emphasis on building relationships in France with Victor Wembanyama, and the team's long-standing connection to the country speaks to the NBA's ever-expanding global presence. The fact that fans from 53 different countries are attending these Paris games really underscores how the NBA has evolved into a truly international brand, with players like Wembanyama and Clark potentially serving as ambassadors for basketball in their respective countries. What do you think about how these international games and the growing attention on stars like Clark and Wembanyama are reshaping the game? Are we on the verge of basketball becoming even more globally integrated than it already is? NBA star Tyrese Haliburton makes bold Caitlin Clark's statement. Tyrese Haliburton spoke about Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is coming off an incredible year of basketball for Iowa and the Indiana Fever. On Wednesday, she is celebrating her 23rd birthday. Indiana Pacers star Tyrese Haliburton was asked about Clark when he met with the media before Thursday's game in France. Haliburton: Caitlin is amazing. She's just an amazing person, an amazing player. She deals with a lot. There's a lot of rhetoric behind her that she really has no control over. I think that the way she handles that is just amazing. I think when it comes to the game of basketball, she is probably top 5 most famous people that are playing right now. That includes our league as well. She handles it with such grace. She's such a cool person.